Hola and ¿cómo estás, everybody? Welcome to today's video. I've been on a survey today and I thought I'd best do a video and just explain the difference between a qualified surveyor and a damp proofer, even damp companies that's not qualified that go out to look at the job. So this time of year, I'll start by getting a bit of background. This time of year, we get a lot of condensation issues, loads of condensation issues. So what I get people to do is send me the photos. Send me your photos out, and I can normally tell by patterns of damp and certain key things what type of damp it is, what type of survey that they're having done. So the main thing at this time of year in the condensation season is high humidity and a lack of adequate ventilation. So today's job, we went out to do a survey up at Ireland, and the lady let us in. Had to wear his face mask and everything. She was a bit concerned. So she let us in, and we've got like a procedure that I follow. So I'll go in, I've got my iPad that I can draw on, all the details are already took down. So I get her to show me areas of concern. I mean, she's already sent me pictures, but I get her to show me areas of concern, which were upstairs, external wall, front bedroom, external wall. So she got black mould on there, and like when they normally say, it looks as though water's coming in because it's wet at touch, and some days when it's raining, water's streaming down wall. They initially think that there's a leak coming in, and we go to sort of set whether it is coming in or whether it's condensation. So we do quite a few tests and things like that. Goes into the kitchen, has a look, is there an extractor fan or a cooker hood venting externally? And on this occasion it was. They were boxing in and that was venting externally. So there were no issues downstairs, just upstairs. Bathroom had not got an extractor fan, which is normally an issue. But she said she kept opening windows. I open window all the time, which everybody does. But then again, if they open window and it's humid outside, if it's raining, snowing, foggy, misty, that's going to come inside. So only open on a blue sky day. So continually asking the questions, and then I said to her, have you got a cellar? Yeah, can I have a look in it? So I went onto the top step, I got my torch, put light on, shined it down. What can I see? Water. So I'll put picture on, you'll see picture on before because I'll upload it. I'll put one on after as well so you can see what we saw. Couldn't go into the cellar because it was that deep in water, so you're looking at about a good foot of water. And then got talking to her, and she said she'd had issues before, but last time she looked in the cellar was in summer. So she hadn't been in the cellar for for a good 6 months. And I'm thinking, well, surely you go to top at cellar, tilt light on, and get something out, and you'd see water down there. So the difference between a qualified surveyor. So I've been trained what to look for, things like that. And other thing is, as I go up to the property, we take photos outside, take photos at the back as well. And on this particular property, gutter were leaking all the way on. It were rendered, pebble dashed, but gutter were leaking in every spot possible. So that were running down wall, creating a cold spot for condensation to form onto. The difference between a qualified surveyor who's been trained with PCA and I'm talking about a damp surveyor, and a normal sort of guy that's set his own company up, experienced, been shown what to do, maybe worked for one of the big companies, but has not actually been a surveyor. So he's been a technician, learnt procedures and stuff like that, but he's never been a surveyor. Set his own company up, and then people that work for him follow his procedures, don't really do surveyor training, things like that. And what tends to happen is these people will go to your house, and majority of the time they'll look at a damp patch and just say it's got to be hacked off. They're not looking. They don't know it's condensation season. They just think that it's a wet wall, it's penetrating damp, it's got to be hacked off, membrane put on, board put on, skimmed or whatever, or render, waterproofing. And this is what we're going on about with misdiagnosis. Biggest problem in our industry, misdiagnosis. 8 syllables, whatever it is. So I've got like a procedure where I'm always looking. It's like being a detective, a damp detective even, who's down south somewhere. So I give him a shout out. So from going up to property, you're looking for things that might be causing issues, and then we take pictures as well, different angles, roof. We take pictures at back, different angles at roof, all aspects, and then when we get back to office, we can sit at computer to write his report, and we can cross-reference it because I've got an iPad. I can look at the photos as I'm writing my report, and I can zoom in, zoom out. That's beauty technology, modern day technology. Now, it's as if I'm tarring all damp people with the same brush. I'm not. There's a lot that's experienced, and there's a lot that probably are not qualified that are doing these checks, and I've learnt that, but there's an awful lot that ain't, and that's where the problem lies. So what I'm saying is, where I live, there's probably, I don't know, there might be 70% of people that have gone to that job, not even looked in Cellar, not even known there were a source of moisture. So what's happening in Cellar, and why is having standing water a problem? Well, it's because if you've got pooling, standing water, that water is continually evaporating, and that's what we call a source of moisture. I'm going to tell you in a bit, I'm going to tell you another source of moisture, and I've got one there. Let's see if you can guess before I say it. So in Cellar we've got this massive open space. I mean, it 5 meters by 5 meters, this cellar, and there's that much water in it, depth. So you can imagine volume. It's, 25 square meters times, if you just said 25 square meters times 100 mil, you've got, top of my head, somewhat cubed. So all that's got to evaporate, and as it's evaporating, water, moist, humid air rises up through the building, and warmer air up stairwell, diffuses through floorboards, so it'll go through floorboards as a gas, water vapour as a gas through floorboards into the front room. All that time picking up more moisture in air molecules as they're floating about, so they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, filling up with air, filling up with water, and that's going up through building, through house, goes upstairs, circulating all the time like this, circulating big circles, and that's why it don't go into corners, because the circles can't get a circling corner, and then it goes up into bedrooms, and what does it do? As it's filling up and filling up and filling up with air, gets to a saturation point, and then it'll condense on a cold surface, which is usually these walls, what are thermal bridging. So the solid walls, when it's cold outside, it'll thermal bridge and be cold on inside. So that's one of the issues what we've had. And source of moisture that I've got, it's a fish tank, so it's continually evaporating. So I just thought I'd share that with you, and I hope you've got some value from it. And if you have, please subscribe. Well, top and bottom it is when I write report, she's going to get in contact with Yorkshire Water because we think it's a broken water main outside or a broken sewage pipe which is causing issues. So she's going to get onto them. They'll come and do the tests, and hopefully it'll be their problem. And I've told her that they're going to have to pump it out and put a sump and a pump in for her, for in case it does it again. And then I'm going to have to go back and check all timbers because I couldn't get in. We don't know whether there's any rot. How long it's been doing it. We know at least it's been doing it at least a year. And if she don't go down, if she only goes down once every 6 months, then it could have been doing it even longer. So I just thought I'd share that with you, and I hope you found it interesting. So that's Damp Sam signing off. Have a great weekend, and I hope your first week back at work weren't too hard. See you later.